You've been here before. The alarm goes off. You feel it, that rare spark of clarity. Today is different. Today I lock in. You sit down, you open your work, and then, without deciding to, you're on your phone. 30 minutes gone. The spark is dead. You didn't choose to fail. Something chose for you. And today, we expose exactly what that something is. Inside your skull, there are two systems running simultaneously. The first is your prefrontal cortex, the CEO. It plans, it reasons, it wants the long-term reward. It's the part that set the alarm and made the plan. The second is your limbic system, ancient, fast, and ruthless. It wants comfort. It wants now. It wants easy. Every moment of your day is a negotiation between these two. And the limbic system has had a 200,000-year head start. Here's what no productivity guru tells you. Discipline doesn't fail because you're weak. It fails because your brain is addicted. Every notification, every scroll, every quick reward. Your brain releases dopamine, the chemical of anticipation. And once your brain learns that your phone gives dopamine faster than your work does, it will sabotage your work to get back to the phone. Every time. You've been waiting for motivation. That feeling of drive and clarity that makes discipline feel effortless. Here's the problem. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are designed to be temporary. The people you think are disciplined don't wait for motivation. They've built systems that work without it. Because motivation asks, do I feel like doing this? Discipline asks, is this the next step? One of those questions has a reliable answer. The other will betray you every time. For decades, people believed willpower was the key. Just try harder, want it more, push through the resistance. Then, in 1998, psychologist Roy Baumeister ran an experiment that changed everything. He discovered that willpower is a limited resource. Use it in the morning, and you have less of it by afternoon. Every decision you make, even small ones, drains the same reserve. That's why your discipline collapses at 9 p.m., even when you were perfect at 9 a.m. Your willpower tank was empty 3 hours ago. Here's something darker. Most people don't fail at discipline because they lack strategy. They fail because somewhere deep in their identity, they still see themselves as someone who isn't disciplined. Your brain is a story protection machine. It will sabotage any behavior that contradicts the story you tell yourself about who you are. If you believe, even unconsciously, that you are lazy, undisciplined, or unfocused, your brain will find a way to prove itself right. Every time. Your environment is working against you. Every app on your phone was designed by teams of engineers whose only job was to make you unable to stop. Infinite scroll. Variable reward. Notification timing. These are not accidents. These are weapons built from behavioral psychology, the same science we've been discussing, used against you. Your brain wasn't built to resist them. It was built to be captured by them. And the first step to escaping a trap is knowing you're in one. Stephen Pressfield called it the resistance, that invisible force that appears the moment you try to do something that matters. It's not laziness, it's not fear, it's not weakness, it's your nervous system treating growth as a form of threat, because from an evolutionary standpoint, the known is safe. The unfamiliar is dangerous. Discipline requires you to move toward the unfamiliar every single day. Your brain reads that as danger, and it responds accordingly. So, how do you win? Not by fighting your brain, by understanding it well enough to work around it. 3 things, backed by neuroscience, that actually change behavior. First, environment design. Your brain responds to cues. Remove the cues that trigger distraction. Your phone in another room isn't discipline, it's intelligence. Second, identity-first thinking. Stop asking, how do I get disciplined? Start asking, what does a disciplined person do next? Third, start absurdly small. Your brain fears the large task. It doesn't fear 1 minute. 1 minute done daily builds the neural pathway. The size of the action matters less than the consistency of the signal. Before we go deeper, If this video is changing how you understand your own mind, if you've recognized yourself in any of this, subscribe right now. This channel exists for exactly one reason: to expose the hidden mechanics of the human brain in a way that actually changes how you live. New videos every week. Hit subscribe. Turn on notifications. Now, let's finish this. Here's what neuroscience actually shows. Discipline is not a character trait. It is a neural pathway. Every time you do the hard thing, even for 30 seconds, you strengthen a connection between neurons. Every time you avoid it, you strengthen the connection to avoidance instead. This is Hebb's law. Neurons that fire together, wire together. You are not building discipline, you are building a road. And every action, in either direction, is a layer of asphalt on that road. Darren Hardy called it the compound effect. Small actions, consistently repeated, produce results that seem impossible from the starting point. But here's the dark side of that principle. It works in both directions. Small distractions, consistently repeated, compound into a life of perpetual almost started, almost finished, almost who you wanted to be. The math is brutally simple. What you do every day is what you become. There is a moment, a single moment, that determines everything. It's the moment between the impulse and the action. The phone buzzes, the resistance rises, the distraction calls. In that moment, which lasts about 3 to 5 seconds, your prefrontal cortex has one window of opportunity to override the limbic system. 3 to 5 seconds. That's the entire battlefield. Viktor Frankl said, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom. Your discipline lives in that space, and it's available to you right now. Willpower fails. Motivation fades. Resistance rises. But systems don't care about any of that. A system is a set of decisions made in advance, before the limbic system wakes up, that removes the need for willpower entirely. You don't decide whether to work. You decide when. The decision is already made. You don't decide what to do first. You design the environment so there's only one option. You don't rely on feeling ready. You act and let the feeling follow. Action before emotion, system before willpower. This is how locking in actually works. We started with a moment you've lived 100 times, the alarm, the spark, the failure. Now you know why it happens. Your brain isn't broken. It's running ancient software in a modern world, optimized for survival, not for your goals. The dopamine trap, the willpower myth, the identity story, the 3-second window. None of this requires you to be stronger. It requires you to be smarter about who you're actually fighting and how. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself. It's about building a version of your life where the right action is the easy action. And that starts, not with motivation, but with the next thing you do after this video ends.